We're going to take a look at a wild card for Game Week 21. We have a fresh wild card for the new year ready and waiting for us. So I've put together what I think will be the best wild card team for Game Week 21 and onwards. Let's have a look at it. Hi Fantasy Managers, welcome to FPL. As we've said, we're going to do a wildcard for you for Game Week 21. Fixtures on the screen, clearly that's subject to change all the time. Always keep updated. Listen to those press conferences. So many games coming thick and fast. Rotation, postponements, suspensions, injuries. It's all going on. Hard to keep in touch with it all. But here we are. We're going to sort of guide you through it best we can. Everyone gets a new wildcard on the 1st of January. If you still held on to your last one, you don't get two. You only ever have one wild card, so that would have gone now. Free hit available. Some of us will have two, some of us have one, depending on whether you used yours already last week. Double game weeks coming up. The team I'm about to present to you will include all double game weeks. That's been factored in the teams that will get more than one matches. Those have yet to be confirmed, so I've not included those in the fixtures. Some teams will be blanking. The likes of Chelsea will miss a couple of games because they're going away at the end of January for the World Championship. So that's been factored in as well. I will give you options at the end of the video if you don't like some of the players I've brought in or would prefer others. There's different options that I'll go through. So let's take a look at it. In the meantime, guys, whether you're either new to the channel or you just enjoy listening to FPL content, there's wildcard videos, free hits, team selection videos, we'll do transfer tips and watch lists. It's all coming out. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any. Click on that like. Any comments below, we'll get back to you. In the meantime, let's have a look at this side. In goal then, I'm starting off with Foster. He's been there, ever present all the way through. When everyone's fit and healthy, I expect him to get his place back for Watford. And that being the case, he is the cheapest playing goalkeeper in the Premier League at 4.1. Not expecting him to get many starts in my team, although that Norwich fixture away at Newcastle with their injury problems could be possibilities. But I'm going to go for Pickford. I think he's got much better fixtures coming up. But again, I could rotate those as and when sees fit. 4.9, I don't want to spend any more on that on a keeper, but there are other options that I'll give you at the end of the video. But Pickford looks like a really solid pick to me. In defence, I've got Reguilon. That Tottenham defence looks a lot tighter. Since he's come from Real Madrid, he's always been touted as a really attacking fullback. I don't think he's quite lived up to that expectation yet. 1 goal this season, he's got 3 assists, 0.28 expected goal involvement per 90. That's decent. That's decent for a fullback. So, with those clean sheets as well, I think he's a good option. And those Tottenham fixtures with the double game weeks just look so inviting. I think we have to have some Tottenham assets in there. Kufau's another one. I've ummed and ahed about him. I did think about Lamptey. In the end, because of West Ham's fixtures, I went for him. He hasn't scored this season. He's got 2 assists. He has missed a few games, but he's back in that side. Looks to be nailed on again in that wing-back position. 0.17, not the greatest XGI, but I do expect him to get more in goal involvements than what he's got so far. Fixtures look good. Remembering that to get some of these premium assets in later on in this side, we cannot just spend what we want everywhere else. So there has to be some concessions made. I think Kufau's one of them, but still a good option. Cancelo, he's one of those premium assets, 6.9, have to bring him in, absolutely non-negotiable. 7 assists, 1 goal already this season, looks really good. I think they're pretty fixture-proof, Man City. He comes in for me. Dalot's the other one, really good option I think for Man U. Keeping Wan-Bissaka outside, not a lot of goal involvement or threat, although he was a bit unfortunate I thought against Newcastle not to pick up the assist. I think Cavani's got on the end of his cross, put it in, but it came off defender and back to him, so he didn't get anything for that. 4.5 though, cheap way into that Man U defence. That looking a lot tighter under Rangnick, and their fixtures look really nice. Lastly, no surprise, I've got to have Trent in. He's just a non-negotiable for me. 2 goals, 8 assists, 0.57. Very expensive, but absolutely has to be in. I'm not even discussing that. Trent gets the nod. So looking at those fixtures, Reguilon, Watford, Arsenal, Chelsea, these don't include the double game weeks because they've not been confirmed yet. But Tottenham will get some of the extra fixtures in there, so he will be crucial. With Sessegnon out, will he play all 4 games in 2 double game weeks? Not sure about that. Not sure anyone will, but he's got as good a chance as anyone else. Kufau's Man United away at home looks quite tricky. Again, don't mind benching him for one of those games. Cancelo's looks tricky as well. Away at Arsenal, not sure if that's red. I suppose on the current form you could argue it is. Chelsea at home, kept a clean sheet at Chelsea, and then Southampton away. I don't mind playing him in any game. I just think he's got the attacking potential to get returns and always the clean sheet potential as well. Darlot, his fixtures beyond these three even look even better. But Wolves don't score many. Again, good chance for a clean sheet. Villa away and then West Ham at home. Don't mind benching him for 4.5. And then he got Trent. Away at Chelsea. Would I bench him for that? Don't know. Possibly. Could still keep a clean sheet. Van Dijk back in that defence. Could be a tight game of attrition. That will it be that open? Don't know. Could take that as it comes. But Trent comes in. I'm not even talking about him any further. Great fixtures longer term. Trent's in. Let's move into midfield then. Lucas Moura. Could use him as a replacement for Son. So I've got both of them in there. Just because Tottenham's fixtures look so good and they've got double game weeks coming up. Moura's missed, I think, only got 1 minute against Liverpool, but apart from that, he's played pretty much every game. He does come off early, will say that. But 6.4 in a Tottenham midfielder, that seems to be firing. I just think he's a really good option. So 2 goals, 3 assists this season, 0.42, decent for that price. Son, we know all about him, nailed in that midfield slot. Could you call him a midfielder or is he playing up front? But so potent, so dangerous. 10.5, he is expensive, but I think with the fixtures Tottenham got, he has got to be a part of that side. Gallagher, on the other hand, he's cheap. 6 goals, 5 assists. He's been brilliant this season. It's an argument that his fixtures are very hard and he would be end up benched on a few of them. I still really like him. He scored against, did he get a goal and an assist against Manchester City earlier on the season? So he could turn it on against anyone. He's guaranteed football in the middle of the park. I really like him. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. You could, and we'll look at options later on, possibly go to an Everton midfielder, but I think with their injury problems at the moment, I'm just not sure who's going to get that midfield berth. For now, I'll play it safe and go Gallagher. Jota, what a great XGI. 10 goals, 1 assist this season. With Mane and Salah disappearing to the African Cup of Nations, he's just got to be in that Liverpool starting lineup. And lastly, Jarrod Bowen, 8 assists. Look at that, he just blows everyone else away in terms of assists. I much prefer he gets goals, but he's still chipped in with 3, 6.5. Great stats. Playing, I think, every minute this season, bar Manchester City away, which I assume is a tactical reason why he didn't play. But with Antonio sometimes getting rested, he possibly will play up front more and more. Just great stats, great figures. I think he's a great option in midfield, almost a differential as well. I really like Jarrod Bowen. If we look at those fixtures, Lucas Moura with Seaman with Guillon, Watford away Arsenal, then there's Chelsea, but they do have double game weeks in between all of those. Obviously the same for Son. Difficult fixtures for Palace. I do think though that home to West Ham, at home to I still fancy that they can get goals in those games. So Gallagher invariably is a part of that. Jota, Chelsea away, difficult fixture, but you've got Brentford and Palace. Games beyond that look really nice as well. And Bowens again, Palace leads, then Man U at home. But we know West Ham just scoring against anyone at the moment. Keeping clean sheets is a different matter, but still scoring goals. I think he looks really nice. I quite like that midfield. Attackers then, I think Ronaldo at the moment, he's coming in for a bit of stick at the moment. 7 goals, 2 assists though, at 0.8, he's still great XGI. Very expensive is the only thing you'd say. Great fixtures coming up. You would have to say he's on pens, nailed. I'd have to find it very difficult to do a wildcard without having him in. We'll go through another option in a minute, which I think is quite obvious. Antonio, back in the goals against Southampton, that was great. 7 goals, 5 assists, 0.72, really good XGI. I really like him. I think with the fixtures, he has got to be the best option at that price. And then Broker, I think he's starting for Southampton, scoring goals for Southampton. 4 goals, 2 assists, a 5.2. I just think he's a really good option. He allows you to do all these other things. He allows you to have a Trent, a Ronaldo, a Son. I just think a 5.2, he's the best of that option. Remember, Dennis going away for the African Cup of Nations. Could go Josh King. For me, I'm going to pluck for Brozier. Those fixtures look good for Man United. Wolves, Villa, then West Ham. Antonio's we looked at already. Southampton, Newcastle at home. Wolves away. Man City at home. Difficult games, but 5.2, don't mind benching him. But that Newcastle game, it certainly looks like a game I'll be targeting for the start him in. So, other options, guys. KDB, you could bring him in. He's coming back into form. Man City looking so good as well. Raheem Sterling. I'm not sure for the price. You could move from Son to Sterling, especially when Tottenham face Chelsea. So that could be an option as well. You could drop down from Ronaldo to Kane. That I absolutely would totally understand that. Saving 0.4 as well. Other options, Maddison. His fixtures look really difficult, but obviously he's doing so well. He even scored away at Man City and got returns. So could argue maybe you're Leicester fixture proof. For me, 6 point, I'm just not sure. But yeah, you could certainly down or upgrade from, let's say, a Bowen or a Gallagher in that side to get Maddison in. Finally, De Gea, if you didn't like Pickford, De Gea for Manchester United, great fixtures, certainly a lot tighter, getting safe bonus points as well. Quite like him for 5.1. So there's his team in its entirety, guys. Tell me what you think. Let me know if you're wildcarding. Click on that like button, hit that subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Speak to you soon.